Review the U.S. Agency for International Development and Millennium Challenge Corporation. From countering the threat of ISIS to combating pandemic diseases, foreign assistance can advance our national security, and it does it at a modest price. It's important to ensure that all of these investments, though, no matter their size, that they're all efficient, that they're all effective, and the ultimate objective here must be to see countries graduate over time from aid. Economic growth is the foundation upon which all of our development programs should be built. From expanding access to energy and clean water, to improving food security, strengthening health systems, expanding access to capital, advancing property rights, and that means ending land grabbing, and empowering women to participate freely in civic and economic activity. Market-based economic growth is the key to ending extreme poverty, and it's key to advancing, frankly, U.S. interests. In this sense, the Millennium Challenge Corporation is on the right track. By picking poor but relatively well-governed countries to partner with, and by pushing transparency and pushing accountability, MCC is putting countries on the path toward graduation. MCC is again requesting the authority to enter into concurrent compacts, and they do this to boost trade regionally. I am pleased to be backing this initiative along with Congresswoman Karen Bass from Los Angeles. However, MCC must stay true to its mission. The reality is that its commitment to selectivity and accountability, principles which we legislated here in Congress, that is constantly being tested. And I've just returned from Tanzania, where the government's commitment to democracy is being tested. It's being tested by rising levels of corruption in Tanzania, by constraints on freedom of expression, and by a cavalier attitude with respect to the fixing of elections in Zanzibar. A second MCC compact with Tanzania is not supportable under these conditions. The Agency for International Development also is being put to the test. From ghost schools to abandoned irrigation projects and hundreds of millions of U.S. taxpayer dollars exposed to waste, fraud, and abuse in Afghanistan to Pakistan. Presidential initiatives are diverting critical resources away from economic growth. Strategic planning is weak. We need fundamental changes there in Afghanistan and Pakistan. To its credit, USAID has been working to reform. In many ways, it is putting MCC principles into practice. The agency is seeking to focus more on results and innovation while tapping the expertise and capital of the private sector. It has been helped by Congress's transparency push, including Mr. Poe's Foreign Assistance Transparency and Accountability Act, which needs to pass the Senate. USAID is the global leader in humanitarian assistance and disaster relief. From the devastating earthquake in Nepal, to the deadly Ebola epidemic, to the prolonged refugee crisis in Syria, USAID is most often the first to respond. When lives are at stake, flexibility can be essential. In the Philippines, I saw firsthand Typhoon Haion's devastation there. USAID knew it would take 3 weeks for U.S. food aid stored in Sri Lanka to arrive, 12 weeks if they had to ship food from the United States. So they bought food locally, and because they did, they saved lives there. The administration has rightly renewed its request to untie a quarter of the Food for Peace budget from costly, outdated, and inefficient U.S. purchase and shipping requirements that would cost those 4 weeks in a disastrous situation like that hurricane. I will continue working with the administration and my colleagues to see that our food aid reaches more people in less time. Again, this is about saving more lives. New technologies, from vaccines to mobile banking, have accelerated advances in global health, in food security, and development finance. USAID and MCC must keep pace by modernizing their workforce, by embracing innovation, and partnering with the private sector. And I look forward to working with Administrator Smith and Ms. Hyde to address these challenges over the coming year.